Hello, good morning, my friend. Today the topic is describe a home of someone you know very well and you often visit. It's kind of a challenging question because recently I really think that it's really seldom that we visit someone's home personally, because I really think that home is a place that everybody wants to take it as a very private place for relaxing. So we don't want to invite, everyone visit our home, right? But there is definitely a friend of mine that I visit her home quite often. Actually, this is the friend of me and my wife as well, and she is also my neighbor. We are living in the same building. So that was really interesting because we didn't meet each other very quite often before, even though that we meet in the elevator and we just say hello to each other. But gradually, my wife met this friend. Her name is Xiaoyun. And we had a kind of interaction and we felt like that, that's a very good friend. And also, we try to meet each other quite often because we also, for their family, they got one son and one daughter. And for me, and we have one daughter, so we have some communication topic, and we talked about family stuff, kid stuff, and then we have more interaction. So most of the time that she will cook some very delicious food, especially for some bakery stuff, and she shared with us. And my wife is also good at cooking some very tasty stuff, so we shared with each other. And this kind of a relationship become closer and closer. So most of the time that we celebrate some festival together, and her husband is also a very cool father, and then we play together with our kids, and also we share the very interesting stuff. We talked with each other. That's quite interesting stuff because we are living in a very close, so it's really convenient that we just take the elevator the couple of floors. So that's really convenient. That's why this is the friend we would like to visit quite often because it's not that hard to visit. And on the other hand, that we have this kind of very tight, close relationship. We trust each other, and the more stuff is that I think the most important thing is that we would like to share. So that's why we have this kind of a relationship. That's why I think if you want to have the friend that you can trust with or you would like to visit in person, especially at his or her home, so we need to be a sharing person to build this kind of a relationship, and then your friend will invite you to visit his or her home, right? So what do you think about that? Do you want to invite your friend to your home? Well, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye. Hello, good morning, my friend. Today the topic is, what are some tips and tricks we can all use to practice creative thinking and generate some unique ideas? There's a saying, creativity is taking the known elements and putting them together in a unique way. I really like this idea because I think that creativity is not a thing that you can come up with immediately. But I think that it really depends on your experiences and what did you learn before. So that's why I think we need to learn something we already know. So that is really, really important. Just take me as an example. Now I'm working as an IT engineer. So most of my work are developing code. So the one thing really excites me is that I just see some other developers, especially very senior developers, their job. When I see the coding from their programs, and I was like, wow, that's really cool. I didn't think about that way before, especially for some logic. How did they handle the very specific logic? And I learned from them. But you know what? And I don't want to copy them. I really want to use my own style to develop something. And then I just think about to put these kind of known coding or logic together and use my style to make that happen. So that's why recently that I'm working in a task. So I would like to adapt some ideas and the logic I learned from others, but I don't want to copy it. And then I try to optimize them and to make it nicer and also my style. So I know this is not a big creativity, but it is something different. It is something new to me. So that's why I really think that we don't have to have this kind of really big creativity, because it doesn't make any sense that you can get that without experience. So we need to learn something. And then if we have enough knowledge and know-how, and we can put the known element together and use our own way. So that's why I think this is the creativity we can practice on our daily life, especially in our workplace. Try to do something differently. And I think that really based on that, we need to learn, we need to be open-minded, we need to see what's the shining point from others. No matter what kind of area you are working on, I think it is the same concept that we can adapt in our daily life, right? So creative. It's kind of important thing we need to consider in current society, and try to learn more and see more and then experience more. And then remember that creativity is we need to taking the known elements together and putting them into a unique way. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye. Hello, good morning, my friend. Today, the topic is describe a piece of good news you heard about someone you know very well. Last night, I definitely heard a very good news from my younger sister, Yufei, because yesterday she mentioned that she's gonna get a good opportunity for interview. And if this interview is successful, she would get a very good position in Shanghai. And we were really happy for her because yesterday, just last night, we had a meeting. The purpose to have this meeting is that we practice English with my younger sister Yufei, my younger brother Zhang Zheng, and my uncle Jason. So we grouped together and just for practicing English, because my younger sister and a younger brother, they're gonna join the ISO test. And at the beginning of that meeting, my younger sister Yufei shared this good news, and we were really excited about that because as you can see that recently, it is really competitive to find a good job, but she got that opportunity. So we cheered for her. That's a really good part. And another good thing reminded me that if we have something happen around us, especially the good news, when we share to the people who really care about us, they will be happy for us. That's why most of the time when I have some good news at work in my life, and I will definitely share this good news to the people who love me. For example, my parents and my wife, and sometimes my daughter. Even though my daughter didn't know what happened, but she could feel what I felt when I share this kind of good thing to her, and she would be happy for me. That's why share the good news to the people who really care about you will also bring the happiness to them, right? So that's why last night when we heard this good news from my younger sister Yufei, and we also feel really, really excited about that. And I also learned from Yufei, and she is really hardworking and also get this opportunity. I know that she passed the several rounds of the interview, and this is the final one. Really hope that she's gonna get this position. And well, my friend, just like as I mentioned that if you have some good news, share with others. Or if some people who share the good news to you and just, yeah, be happy for them. And this kind of motivation will help each other. This kind of a happy atmosphere will make your day count. So my friend, do you have some good news you want to share with others? Don't wait. And today is Sunday, and I hope that you can have a relaxing Sunday, and then you can start working on the new week. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye. Hello, good morning, my friend. Today the topic is describe your favorite place in your house which you can relax. This is a question from ISIL test. I really like this question because my answer is bed. This is a really common answer. I think most people, they have this kind of idea, and the bed is a very good place for you to relax yourself. My answer is a little bit different because you know what? Why I choose bed as my favorite place to relax myself? Because this is a place I can have more interaction with my kid. You know, what is that? And before we getting sleep, and I will have some activity with my kid. For example, I tell a story with her, and we play magic cube together, and also we talk with each other and say something really interesting. And recently, I just want to tell a story to my daughter, but it is really different. So I told my daughter, honey, today we're gonna do a very special storytelling. You just pick 3 characters, and then I could make a story for you. And then she just say something about rainbow and cloud and 2 kids. And then I just make a story for her, and this story is the 2 kids. They are finding a very magical thing and a rainbow, and they were walking on the rainbow and to the cloud, and they found the cloud can be eaten and also taste like chocolate. So it's kind of really fantastic story, and my daughter loved so much. So, and also I think for that kind of interaction between my daughter and me, and I think this is a very, very good part, and to relax myself. And also you can imagine that we are lying on the bed and you wear pajamas, and also you listen to the music to relax yourself, no matter how hard, how tired you were at work, but you still can relax yourself. This is a very good place for us, right? And another part, it reminds me that we still need to have life-work balance, because we need to remind ourselves that we are not a machine. So we need to take care of our body. We need to find a way to relax ourselves. So most of the time that when I feel really exhausted, and I will wear my pajamas and relax myself on the bed and listen to the music. I don't want to see something on my cell phone because it's kind of, the energy consuming stuff if I watch it too much. That's why choosing a place which you can relax yourself is really, really significant, especially at home. You don't have to pretend to be professional guy, and you just can release yourself. So today is Saturday, and I'm not so sure that you're gonna relax yourself at home or outside, but remember that we need to have life-work balance. Relax yourself and enjoy your life. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye. Hello, my friend, and today the topic is, when you are 80 years old, what would you hope to be the most proud of? Well, today it's a little bit noisy because currently I'm now in a coffee shop. So for this question, I thought that, well, 80 years old, I cannot imagine what I'm gonna do when I am 80 years old. But there's one idea came to my mind, because yesterday we had a chat with our colleagues, and we just talked about ChatGPT. This is a really famous and hot topic. So I guess in the future there are more positions that can be replaced by the robot or AI, artificial intelligence. But I really hope that if I become 80 years old, I hope that I have done something which is special, which is not could be done by a robot or artificial intelligence. Because as you can see that currently we have very high technology, so many things can be replaced by these kind of artificial intelligence. Even though as you can see, ChatGPT almost can do everything. And once upon a time, I also checked an article. There was a rapper, and he would like to prepare the lyric and also with rhyme, because rhyme is the most important thing for a rapper to have this kind of rapper words. And he asked the ChatGPT to give out this kind of lyrics just by keep entering some keywords, and it automatically generated that one. So I was like, wow. And this kind of artificial intelligence can replace a lot of things, but I still think that we still can do something very special and meaningful in our daily life. So even though that if I become older, I still want to do something which is really, really special to me. For example, if you watched my video, and you know that I'm a big fan of music, and also I'm a big fan of dance. So that's why I think this kind of stuff, which cannot be replaced by this kind of a robot or artificial intelligence. That's why I think keep passion. This is another thing that we can do. So if I become 80 years old, if I look back to my life, and I hope that the most proud thing that I've done is that I did something very special, which cannot be replaced by anybody else or robot or AI. So I think the thing we can do now is that, we try to do something interesting and special and meaningful rather than just following what other people are doing, right? This is your right to make your day count. Okay, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Hello, good morning, my friend. Today the topic is describe an unusual meal you had. That's a very great question, because when I searched my memory, I remember when I was little, I lived in my grandparents' home, and I had that kind of tasty food, because my grandparents were living in a rural place, so we didn't have very fancy food, but most of the time that my grandma would cook something like the stewed pork, and with, I don't know how to say that, but the pork and with the kind of vegetable, that was really tasty. And also the soup of that kind of stewed pork, and I just pour it into my rice, and I could eat so much. So that's the memory. I had a kind of a delicious food, and that was the unusual meal I ever had. It also reminds me, at that time, I didn't notice that that was the unusual meal. I was like, oh, this is just a normal meal I had almost every day. But now, when I look back, and I could see that kind of a memory and that kind of a tasty, I will never ever have that again. So because as you can see that at that moment, and the food is the thing to bring the memory of my childhood. And also in a rural place, I'm not so sure at that time, because of the vegetable, the pork are really fresh, and I'm not so sure. But that kind of taste was my best memory in my childhood. And also I would like to share with you one stuff I learned today. It is a saying, and there were some little things in our life, but when we realize and we go back and see, and they are not little things. That's why I think in our daily life, we think that everything is really normal. But I think maybe in the future, when we look back and we found that that is not the little thing, that means so much to us. That's why enjoy everything and enjoy every moment that you're having, because in the future, you're going to find this is a very good memory. just like what I'm doing here, and I found a very fantastic place now that you see, and flowers, and I found that is really beautiful. So I chose this place to record my video. That's really awesome. So that's why I think for each day, we can cherish each moment. It is not a little thing, but if we cherish that, definitely it will become the big thing in our entire life. And also for sure, for a meal, and you enjoy your meal, and in the future, it will be the unenjoyable meal you've ever had. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Hello, good morning, my friend. Today the topic is, what kind of lies are acceptable? Why? Well, this is my second time to answer this question, but this time I got a different kind of ideas. To me, honestly speaking, I really don't like the people who lie. And also, I thought that lies are not acceptable. No matter what kind of lies you're making, but this time I think that, yeah, definitely, lies are acceptable. But the situation is that other people made lies that I can't accept that. But the lies I cannot accept that is that I lie to others. Why I have this kind of thoughts recently? Because I noticed I used to be a person who used my standard to measure other people. For example, if somebody lied to me, I would say, oh, I hate this person, and this person is not the one I can trust with. And this kind of negative thought was in my mind for a couple of days, and I was thinking about this kind of a situation, about that person, and I felt really frustrated. And later I noticed one thing. Well, Scott, maybe this is not the thing you need to think for too much, because everyone is living in different environment. They got some different kind of background. They encountered some kind of different events. That's why he or she lies to you. But why take it too heavy and too much and to punish yourself? Yeah. And then I noticed I need to forget about that and forgive the people who lied to me. But I also have my principle. I accepted the people who lied to me, but I will never trust them again. So this is my decision. But on the other hand, I think we need to be more tolerant. We don't have to put this kind of rubbish. I mean, if some people lie to you, this kind of stuff is kind of rubbish. Yeah, you just say, yeah, I know this is not truth, but that's it. I will not take consider it and think about it too much. But the point is that we need to let it go, right? We need to take time to do something meaningful. We need to enjoy our life, spending time, do something what we are really enjoying, right? Rather than just thinking about some people, they did something wrong or stupid. Well, it doesn't make any sense. So that's why I think if some people, they lie to me, yeah, it is acceptable, but I will never trust them again. So my friend, what do you think about lies? What kind of lies do you think it's acceptable? Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Hello, good morning, my friend. Today the topic is, describe something that you have to share with others. Sharing is the caring. If we would like to share something with others, I think this is the thing that you definitely believe in, right? So for me, there is one thing I really want to share with others. That is public speaking. Because I really can see the benefit we can learn from public speaking. The first is that you have the confidence to express what you're thinking, and also you can organize and to convey some valuable idea to others. So I really want to share the tips or my experiences to the friends who would like to learn public speaking. Just a couple of days ago, Sunday night, and I received a message from one of the friends in Bilibili, and she asked me to provide suggestion to her because she would like to join a speech contest, but she didn't have this kind of experience before. And I was like, yeah, no problem. And I would like to share because I think that public speaking is a very, very important skill. I think most of the people need to learn that. But it is really challenging because we didn't have the chance to learn that systematically, right? So that's why I just try to give out my advice to her. Firstly, that we need to pick up the topic we really believe in, rather than the topic most of people agree with. Another part is that we need to find something happened around us and also our own personal stories, because this kind of a story will easily bring or bridge us or our audiences together. So this is the part we really need to consider. And your speech is yours, okay? And you don't have to worry too much about if somebody, they don't like your speech or not, or you would like to please everyone. It doesn't make any sense. We need to express the idea we really trust. So based on this kind of stuff, and you can have a clear thought how we're gonna prepare our speech, right? So this is the tips I provided it to that friend, and I'm not so sure this is helpful or not, but I really think that this is a really, really important we need to consider when we want to prepare a public speech. So that's why sharing is caring. I think when I share something to others, I also help myself to organize my thought, to recall in memory some stuff I learned before. So that's also the thing I would like to do. But honestly speaking, because I also have other responsibilities, I need to work and also need to take care of my family members. And also I have my study schedule. So I seldom have a very big time to focus on the comments part. So if you leave a comments to me, maybe I will definitely reply to you, but maybe just a couple of days later. So please forgive me for my slow or very not in time response, but I really care about that. Okay, so sharing is caring. Don't worry about you share about something to others, and just share with them, and you will have the happiness, and others will get the benefits from you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye. Hello, good morning, my friend. Today the topic is describe a time that you missed or were late for an important meeting or event. It is a really challenging question for me because I'm working in a company which really consider this kind of time sense. Okay, so every time when we have meeting that we need to be there on time. Otherwise, then the people will think, oh, you're not polite, you're not professional. So I consider this point very carefully. It's really hard for me to think about if there is any event or important meeting that I missed because I didn't consider the time. But there is one thing I'm gonna share with you that I encountered recently. That was really interesting because in our team, we would like to hire a person to take care of some technique part. And there is a candidate who comes from India. So we didn't have a chance to interview the candidate face by face, but we have the online course. So that day, and I just scheduled the meeting, and at the time I went to the meeting room, and also I log on and joined the meeting. I waited for a couple of minutes, and that candidate didn't appear. And I was like, what? And my friend, just try to imagine, if you would like to get a job or position, you will be really careful about this event. And I think for me, I would definitely maybe get prepared half an hour before, and this kind of situation won't happen because I could imagine that this will leave a very terrible impression on the interviewer, right? But 5 minutes later, he didn't appear. 10 minutes later, he didn't appear. So I just test the message and say, hey, I just contacted with the human resource department. I say, what's the matter with this candidate? I felt a little bit angry because I think for the professional candidate, they should be there. And you know what? The funny thing is that the human resource department also cannot reach out to this candidate. I was like, oh my goodness, I don't want to give the chance to this interviewee. But later, and the human resource department just said, hey, Scott, and we just contacted with this candidate. He got some urgency with another meeting. So he didn't finish that. So could you please just give it another chance for him? I was like, okay, well, then we had another interview session. But as you can see that because he was late and didn't inform me in advance. So I didn't have a very good impression on him. And as you can see that we just passed him. So that's why it also reminds me, no matter what kind of event or meeting we want to join, we need to keep the reputation. If we cannot make that, we need to inform the, let's say, the holder or the owner of this meeting or this event in advance. Be polite and also be professional. This is the part we need to consider. I know that it's going to be really challenging to keep this promise always, but we need to do that, right? Because reputation is the key. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye. Hello, my friends. Today we're having a very special activity here. As you can see, there are a lot of people there. They just do the barbecue outside. And today I joined the activity for performance. As you can hear that there is a background music. That is not the music in my video, but it's the music, live music, and our singer is singing a song there. And I'm gonna sing a song later. And by the way, today we're gonna continue our topic, and today the topic is plants have feeling. Well, this is really the topic for today, because as you can see, this is a very interesting place. It's a farm. And the purpose to have this farm is that for children, they can plant some vegetables or fruit maybe. So as you can see, there are a lot of blocks, and each family can have their specific block to plant some vegetables for their needs. So I really think that plants have a feeling, because when I just walked through this very interesting place, I found that for some, I don't know what kind of vegetables they plant, but I can see the something already grow up, so that's really good. And I can see that if we can take care of these kind of vegetable with our, let's say, love, and we water them, and we just take care of the cleaning stuff, and definitely this kind of vegetable will grow really fast and very healthy, right? So that's why I think plants really have feeling, and when you have this kind of love, and they also will feel that. That's why it reminds me, and everything in this world has feeling. Okay, you don't have to say a word, you even don't have to do something, but this kind of feeling can connect with each other. For example, and if you are a fan of flower, if you have some flowers at home, you could see some people, if they really love flower, they can take care of flower very well, and the flower are blooming perfectly. That's why definitely plants have feeling, and everything has feeling. We need to use our heart and to have the courtesy to take care of them. So that's why we need to use our love. Love is definitely the key point to make the thing greatly happen, right? So that's why just love the world and love what you're doing here. So I'm really lucky because today I'm gonna enjoy this outdoor activity, and I will also dance and also sing the song I really like on the stage, and to share this kind of joy with the people here. And by the way, I also will enjoy the barbecue here, right? So that's a very interesting part. By the way, and hope that you can enjoy your Sunday, and this is the last day you can have a good rest, and tomorrow we're gonna work anyway, so that's why enjoy your life. Everything has feeling, and you have feeling as well. Have a good mood to make your life better. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm gonna join that activity and see you then. Bye bye. Hello, good morning, my friend. Today the topic is cities are for people, not for cars. When I see this question, and my answer is, I totally agree with it. Especially sometime that I was stuck in the traffic jam, cannot move a little bit. I was like, I hate cars. But on the other hand, definitely cars can bring the benefit to us that we can drive our car to some place which is really far from our home. That is the part. But as you can see nowadays, there are more and more cars on the road. It's kind of bothering if there are a lot of cars because we want to enjoy our life in the city rather than just see a lot of cars on the roads, right? But on the other hand, this kind of point reminds me of, let's say, some case happened to us. Sometimes we need to think about what is the core value of the stuff. For example, cell phone. I think the original intention to design this stuff is that we want to increase the communication. But, well, nowadays that you can see, most of the people, they are using cell phone for playing games or searching something fun or other things. But very seldom they connect with each other, maybe a phone call or something like that. But we still need to think that what is the main purpose of something. And also for house, because I know that house is the part that we are living, but it's not the stuff for investment. So that's why buying a house become a very luxury stuff in this society. It's kind of ridiculous, huh? And also for our time, our life, we also need to think about what is the core value of time. Because most of people, they are using their time to chase the people who think that it is correct. They think, I need to take my time to earn more money. I need to take my time to chase my career success. But very less people find the meaning of time. As you can see that today is a sunny day. I think we need to take the advantage of this good time to enjoy the nature, go outside, spend time with our family members to enjoy that. And this is the main purpose and the core value. So just back to our topic, cities are for people, not for cars. We can also think about it for other stuff. We need to find the key value for the stuff, and then we will not lose our, let's say, the original attention, right? So that's why we need to find out the true meaning of the stuff that we're doing, and then you'll find your life which is more meaningful. Thank you so much for watching, and today is Saturday, and I wish you have a good Saturday, and see you next day. Bye-bye. Hello, good morning, my friend. Today the topic is, if you could go back 10 years and pass younger you a secret about good life, what would you say? This is a really fantastic topic. I really have something to tell to my younger myself. 10 years. It must be 2013. And I got this chance to go back and tell my younger self something about good life. And I would say, hey, Scott, you know, I'm future yourself in 10 years, and I'm going to tell you something will make your life happier. That is, no matter where you go, no matter what the weather, always bring your own sunshine. This is the message I would like to transfer to younger myself, because in 2013, that was the year I was working in a company, I think for a couple of years. At that moment, I didn't have the passion to do something I really like, because I thought, yeah, my life just like I get up and eat something and also catch up the shuttle bus, turn on the computer and turn off my computer and then go back and have sleep. That's it. But I guess that's the life which is not what I want. So I really think that have a very positive attitude will really lead you to your life you really expect. So that's why if I could have a chance to go back 10 years and tell a secret, this is the thing I would like to emphasize is that no matter what kind of surrounding you're having now, always keep positive. That is very important. Being positive, you might not change everything around you, but you can make it better, right? So that's why no matter where you go, no matter what the weather, always bring your own sunshine. So my friend, just check it out here and it's already raining outside, but I can still keep very good mood. I think the secret here to have a good life is that we need to let go something that we cannot control. Yeah, everybody wants to have a very good weather, for sure, me as well. But, something that is out of our control. We cannot do anything for that. But the only thing is that we can control our mood. We can still appreciate everything we have. Even though that it's already raining outside, I still appreciate that I have a place to record my video because there is I don't know how to say that, but this is the place and cover me and I don't have to go anywhere. So this is the thing I can appreciate. That's why the sunshine comes from you is that because that you are grateful for the thing you're having, right? So my friend, this is also the message I would like to share with you. No matter where you go, no matter what the weather, always bring your own sunshine. Thank you so much for watching and I wish you have a nice day and see you next time. Bye-bye. Hello, good morning, my friend. Today the topic is, what is the difference between falling in love and being in love? We will talk about love. Most of the people would think this is about the relationship between couples or spouses. Today I'm going to talk about something differently. And that is about something we love. Well, you may have this kind of a feeling that you met something and you felt, wow, I love that. For example, the first time that I watched a dancing video, I was like, wow, I love it. And then I tried to practice dancing movement and gradually I found that I got the passion for this kind of activity. This is the thing we can consider about love. So what do you think about loving about the stuff that you're doing or being loved about doing something? Well, I think that is a really important thing is that if we found that we love doing something and maybe at that moment you found that there are something really fantastic and it really attracted you. For example, take me as an example. When I firstly met the stuff about dancing, I was like, oh, I love doing that. Then I tried to practice that and I gradually found, wow, it is not that kind of interesting if I need to practice foundations, because you need to listen the same music over and over again, and also you need to practice the dancing movement, especially for the very basic movement. You need to practice again and again and again until you master that. It really takes time. Honestly speaking, most of the time it is boring. But falling in love is another kind of a situation. When I practice that and when I master that kind of a skill, I was like, wow, I really love dancing, because that kind of practice make me can do that kind of a movement smoothly and naturally. I don't have to think about that when I move my body like that. So I think falling in love and being in love is kind of different phases, okay? At the very beginning, you are attracted by something that you felt like, I love doing that. But during the process of doing this kind of thing, and you felt like, wow, it is really hard and you need to take much more time to do that. But if you really have the passion about that, and you will be being in love situation. So my friend, good thing takes time. So if you love doing something, keep doing that. And gradually and eventually, you will find that you are being loved about that. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye bye. Hello, good morning, my friend. Today the topic is, if let you use one word to describe love, which word you would like to choose and why? The word came to my mind, if I need to describe love, that is warm. I think love is a very magical thing, and the warm feeling is the part I would like to describe love. It is not the feeling that some couples, they fall in love with each other, they have that kind of strong feeling. Well, I think that kind of love is not what I meant. What I said about this kind of feeling is warm. It's not like the sunshine from summer. Sometimes you feel really burned, right? But I think this kind of feeling, just like the sunshine in spring, you feel warm, you feel really comfortable, and I think this is the feeling of love. There's a saying, the most important thing in life is to learn how to give out love and let it come in. I remember that when I met with my girlfriend, and we had kind of interaction with the guy with this warm feeling. I still remember once upon a time, I tried to prepare the gift to my girlfriend at that moment, and she was not my wife. And I was thinking, and what kind of gift I could provide to her, because I would like to choose something very special and can give the feeling of warmth. So I tried to cook the cookie. I never done it before, but I tried to search on the internet and books, and I found the recipe how to cook that kind of cookie. And I bought the oven and also a lot of raw materials. When I cooked that kind of a cookie, when I opened the oven, that kind of warm feeling came to me, and it smelled very well. I was like, wow, this is the feeling of love. When I sent this gift to my girlfriend, not only she felt the love feeling, I also felt that. So this is the feeling for each other. It's not a kind of a strong feeling just like the alcohol. No, it's not that kind of feeling, but it's very warm thing. And this kind of warm feeling will be lasting for a really long time. So I think this is the word I would like to use to describe love. My friend, remember that the most important thing in life is to learn how to give out love and let it come in. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. I really didn't know what to do for a few months. I felt that I had let the previous generation of entrepreneurs down, that I had dropped the baton as it was being passed to me. I met with David Packard and Bob Noyes and tried to apologize for screwing up so badly. I was a very public failure, and I even thought about running away from the valley. But something slowly began to dawn on me. I still love what I did. Hello, good morning, my friend. Today the topic is how to talk your way out of having to do the dishes. Well, this is the thing I really need to consider, because my main job at home is washing the dishes and clean the kitchen. Well, most of the time I think, oh, it's really boring, I don't want to do that. So sometimes I will use the way and talk to my wife and say, hey honey, you see that today I feel really tired because I got a lot of work to do at work. So do I have some time to relax myself? And my wife would tell me, honey, you are so tired and thank you so much. Maybe you can do it tomorrow. What? So this is the task I cannot escape from. Well, most of the time I think that this is the thing I really need to do because I mainly do the job that about earning money outside, and my wife takes care of our family. But I still need to do some housework, especially for this very simple dishwashing and clean the kitchen. Yeah, kind of. Well, you see, that is a little bit boring. But after that, I noticed, well, this is the thing I cannot change. I still need to contribute something to my home, right? So I noticed that maybe I can change the way when I do the dishes. For example, I could listen to the music I really like, and then when I turn on the music, and then I just listen to that and wash the dishes at the same time. Well, I think the time will go really fast, and it will make me feel, oh, that's not that kind of boring. Maybe just wash the dish and take everything in order. And after that, my wife will be so happy because she will think, oh, my husband not only work, but also will work at home to support this family. And I just changed my way. But, that do the dishes is the work I cannot escape. So I need to accept that and change the way I need to do. And another part, I noticed that sometimes when we do something, especially at work for some this kind of house working, but we still can change the way we're doing that and make it more interesting. Otherwise, you will get so bored about that. And when we do something at home, and you will feel that your home will be more harmonious, right? So there's a saying I like the most. It's not how big the house is. It's how happy the home is. Do something for your family members, for your wife as a husband, and for your kids, and you will see something will be different. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye. Hello, good morning, my friend. Today the topic is, what is your favorite childhood memory that you'd like to have a chance to relive it again? Childhood memory is really beautiful. When I was a kid, I had a lot of good memories, especially the Spring Festival. When I was little, we got together with our family members and my uncle, my parents, and also my grandparents. I still remember that. At that time, we didn't have a very good living condition. As you can see that the only entertaining activity is that we got together and we just shared what's happening and in our life. And I could imagine that kind of atmosphere was really warm. And our elder generation, they were talking, they were laughing. And also for our generation, we were kids. So I still remember that my grandpa encouraged us to learn something, especially for the math calculation. So there's one very interesting activity we participated, and my grandpa just told us, hey, grandson, and in our Spring Festival Eve, I will give a test for you. If you can remember that calculation formula, and I will give you 5 cents. You know what? At that time, 5 cents means a lot. That you can buy a lot of stuff. So I still remember that me and my brother, and we were just competing with each other, and we recite the formula. 1 how to say that? But you know that kind of formula. And we tried to remember that and repeat that, and that was really interesting. Oh, that's the childhood I really missed because of the relationship and also the family members, the love. I really missed that kind of feeling. But unfortunately, when I grew up, I felt like that the relationship is not that close anymore, and we seldom had chance to get together and to talk. even though that's, that it is really easy to reach out to anybody by your cell phone, WeChat, and other thing, but the relationship is not that kind of stuff like when I was a kid. So I really miss that. If I could live my childhood again, I would like to go back that time. But there is another thing is the past is behind and we can learn from it. The future is ahead. We can prepare for it. The present is here and we can live it. That's why I don't have the childhood anymore, but I still can create this very good memory for my kid and also for the small children to give them a very good memory. So my friend, we cannot live back to the good memory we had before, but we can create memory for the moment. Just as you can see that I just create a moment at the moment because it's already spring, right? You see the flowers are blooming and the sunshine and wow, that is really, really nice. So create your own memory at the moment, right here, right now. Thank you so much for watching. And this is the start of a new week and wish you have a nice working day. See you next time. Bye-bye. Hello, my friend. Today the topic is, when was the last time you tried something new? There's a saying, no need to think outside of the box. Simply realize there's no box. Because if there is no limitation, you can try to imagine as much as possible. So I think no limitation is the really important thing for us to do something new. Just last time, I tried a little tiny stuff which I never done before. Because recently we had a group to practice our English, and the group members are my sister and brother, and they are my far away relatives. And I think this is a very good chance for us to communicate with each other and based on English practicing, because we need to share what's happening in our daily life, and we can just have this kind of conversation personally. That's really fun. And last time I tried one little thing. That is, not only we need to say something, we also need to give the response or feedback to the person who talked before. Well, it's really a challenge because you know what? And because most of the time, the people who want to say something and they would like to organize what they're going to say, and then they cannot focus on what other people talking about, right? So I think this is the point we can practice. For example, when somebody is talking and we need to shift our focus from what we are going to say to what they are saying, right? So that's really funny because when I pick up someone and I say, hey, Yufei, you need to say something, and also need to give the feedback to our previous talker, Zhang Zheng. So they say, oh, okay, I need to be careful because nobody knows who's going to be the next part. So this is a very good, very interesting thing. And it also reminded me, we don't have to do something big, okay? But we still can try to something differently, even though this is just slight difference, right? But it will make the routine or repetitive work a little bit different. So that's my friend, I highly recommend you to think. I think there is no need to think outside the box. Just simply realize there's no box and to try whatever you want. And then you can find that, ooh, this is really interesting. I never had this kind of experiences before. And this is I think the fun thing we can find in our daily life. And thank you so much for watching. And today is Sunday. I really hope that you can find something new in your weekend. Thank you so much and wish you have a nice Sunday. Bye-bye. Hello, good morning, my friend. Today the topic is, if you find a good TV drama, Will you control yourself to watch one episode one day, or you watch all the episodes in 1 or 2 days? This is a really good question because it reminded me the time that I watched a very interesting episode just a couple of weeks ago. I know that you already know that the name that was really popular, named 狂飙. I heard it almost every day that my colleagues, my friends, they were talking about this episode all the time. And once upon a time, we had a chance to watch this episode together. And for the first and the second episodes, I was like, wow, that is really attracting. So I really want to know and what's going on there about the next story. But gradually I found that how time flies is already 12 o'clock. So I was like, oh no, I cannot watch it, even though I want to continue watching that. And after that, I just thought, well, this episode is really great. And also it's really popular because everyone watched that. But I told myself, hey, Scott, do you think that this is the thing you really need to do? Even though that almost everyone do that. But I think, well, I don't have to do that, even though everybody else doing that. So that I stop watching that, even though I know this is going to be a really good episode. Because I thought that watching this kind of episode is really easy and fun. Because it doesn't take your great effort to watch an episode, and you can get the joy immediately. So there is a term, I like it so much. It's called instant gratification. When you do something easy and fun. For example, watch good TV dramas. Yeah, it really takes time, and also it takes energy. But I like to do something really beneficial for me. So even though when I choose TV dramas, I would like to choose, for example, English TV dramas, and also have some very useful and daily conversation, just like very popular one, Friends. I would like to also control myself to watch one episode one day, because I still need to have enough sleep to ensure that I have enough energy to do something that I'm supposed to do. And then I can also learn some very native and good language or slang or some kind of words from this episode. So I get a benefit. But for the other kind of episode, if I think the only thing I can get is fun, well, I may think about it if it is really worth spending time on that. So my friend, if you find something or TV drama you really like, yeah, I think you can watch that because you still need to have time to relax yourself, but you still need to control yourself. Because for this kind of easy and fun thing, well, you can get joy, but sometimes you also need to pay extra effort and time. So control yourself, then you can have a better life. Thank you so much for watching, and I wish you have a nice weekend. Bye-bye. Hello, good morning, my friend. Today the topic is, what if humans cannot express and experience love? When I see this question, I think we don't have to use what if, because this is already the status quo. Most of the people, they cannot express and experience love. You know, what is the outcome? And most of the people, they think that it is meaningless to live in this world, and they decided to leave this world. So that's why more and more people, they get depressed because they cannot express love, and also they cannot experience love. We know this is a disaster. So what should we do to deal with this kind of problem? To be honest, I have no answer. But last week, there was a conversation between me and my uncle and also some relatives. So we discussed this kind of a point, and I got the inspiration. So my uncle was really hardworking when he was young, because he was the student in the university at the very old period. You know what I mean? So at that time, and we don't have this kind of communication way, for example, WeChat, or even though they don't have the cell phone or phone call easily. So my uncle just told me, Once upon a time, he tried to back from the school to home, but the information he could transfer to the people in hometown is to write letter. And you know that during Spring Festival, buying a ticket is really, really hard. So he just mentioned that a rough date that he would arrive at home. And then he sent this letter. And another part is that his sister received this letter and tried to pick up my uncle at a specific date. But you know what? Unfortunately, my uncle didn't get that ticket on that specific day. So his sister and just waited for 3 days. And each day she will come to the train station and check if my uncle arrived or not. And 3 days later, she picked my uncle. So this kind of a relationship is really, I think it's the part that we really want to have, especially for the current society. So we can see that not only for love, but also for each kind of a relationship, we need to express that, and also we need to experience that. Not only say that, but also we need to do something. So that's why, my friend, and nowadays that we are living in this kind of technology world, it's really easy to express our feeling, but it's a little bit challenging to feel that, right? So what we need to do is to put away our cell phone, try to talk face to face and express your true feeling and listen intensively to understand others. And I think that you will be able to express love and experience love as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Hello, good morning, my friend. Today the topic is what advice you could offer for the person who is in a tight spot and doesn't know how to get out of it. I think this is a very common situation. Most of the people, they are experiencing this kind of tough issue and in a tight spot and don't know how to get out of it. My advice is reach out to the person who you can trust with, and also he or she is really experienced before. I still remember that in 2013, and I was in a tight spot because I didn't have the idea about my future, about my life. So that's why I would like to change my status, change my life. I was really lucky because I met a person who is really passionate, and he inspired me so much. And he is Mr. Guo. Once upon a time, I reached out to Mr. Guo and I said, Mr. Guo, I got a question, because currently I'm working as an IT engineer. I cannot see my future. I even don't know what I need to do with my life. So I got a very big confusion. Could you please provide advice to me? And Mr. Guo said, well, if you want to find the meaning of your life, you need to consider 3 circles. And the first circle is there are something you are good at doing. And second circle is there are something that you should do. And the third thing is there is something you can bring the benefit to others. Try to merge these 3 circles and make the overlap as big as possible. And then you can obviously see what is your career and what is your future. This is the part you need to take time. After that, I felt like this is the thing I need to think about. I reflected my whole life, and the thing that I'm really good at or I'm passionate about is English. And also, for the thing I should do, because I'm an IT engineer, I need to do programming. This is the part. And also in my work, I also need to cooperate with our colleagues in European countries. And the third part is what kind of thing that I can bring the value to others. When I think about this topic, I feel like that English public speaking is definitely the part I can improve. So that's why what I'm doing here is to practice it and polish my public speaking skill, because I definitely see this is the value for me and also the benefit to others. That's why, my friend, when you're in a tight spot and no idea what to do with it, reach out to the person you can really trust with, and he or she can really bring you some ideas which can really change your life. So my friend, remember that. Reach out to the person you can trust with. It may change your life. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye. Hello, good morning, my friend. Today the topic is, what is the longest time you've ever spent at a single job, and what did you learn from it? Well, the single job I spent the longest time, that was Toastmasters. Well, I'm not so sure if you know something about Toastmasters, which is a non-profit organization. It is not a company or a job that you can earn money, but I really enjoy staying in this Toastmaster club. Well, this is a club for communication, public speaking. I still remember that 10 years ago, the first time I heard Toastmasters, I was like, oh, this is a good place to practice English. When I joined this club, I gradually found that this is not only a club that you can practice your spoken English, public speaking, but I gained the confidence. Because every time when I join Toastmaster meetings, you can always get the applause from the audiences. And you felt like, yeah, well, I'm good, right? Even though that sometimes that I make some silly mistakes and nobody cares about that. They always give me the very positive feedback and also encourage me to try it next time. So this is a very valuable thing. It is really hard to get it from the place that you're working, because as you can see that when you are working in a company, it's a little bit competitive and you need to be excellent enough. Otherwise, maybe you will be kicked out of the team and nobody want to give you the encouragement and also the feedback to you. But in Toastmaster platform, you can get the feedback with very positive encouragement, and it built my confidence eventually. So I really appreciate that I can have this learning experience in Toastmasters. Even now, I'm still the member in Toastmaster Club. Now, and I didn't have enough time to join this meeting, but I will still find time, opportunity to participate in the meeting. And every time it seems like that, I can get the chance to recharge myself, because when you see the people who is really passionate, who is really energetic, and you can also get the impact, and you can gain the knowledge, gain the energy from them. So Toastmaster is the place which built my confidence. And I always think that we are absolutely unique, just like everyone else. So my friend, you need to find a place which can help you to make you grow up. And remember that you are absolutely unique, just like everyone else. Find a place which can help you, and then you will definitely spend your longest time on that place. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye. Hello, good morning, my friend. Today the topic is, what is important enough to go to the war over? War is the thing nobody wants to have, right? But we need to know then what is the reason to cause the war. That is conflict. If people have conflict, they will fight with each other. If countries have conflict, they will have war. And as you can see that at the end of the war, there is no winner. So that's why nobody likes war. But how we can make the war over, and what kind of thing is important enough to make it over? So this is the thing we can think about. Maybe you already have the answer. That is peace. But I think this is a result in how we can build peace is really important. As you can see, most of the time that we cannot control the things happen around us. For example, we have the wars for sure that, especially in current society, in the market, there are a lot of wars, economics wars, or some competition in the business. And also, if you see the news, there are also the wars for countries, right? But I think that this is the thing we cannot control. On the other hand, there is another war we really can control. That is the war happen here. Have you ever felt this kind of a situation? When you do something silly or stupid and you complain to yourself, you felt really frustrated, you feel really depressed, and you feel shame on you, right? And I think this is the war here. Most of the time that we cannot control the war outside, but we still can have the control to release the war here. There's a saying, self-pity is the worst enemy. If we yield to it, we can never do anything. So the meaningful thing is that how we can get rid of the war of ourselves. So I think for this part, most of the people, they're thinking about how to handle that. But I really think that we need to be tolerant and to be patient to ourselves. Most of the time that if we make some mistakes, we can treat it as a lesson learned. Don't push yourself too hard. We're a human being. We're not perfect. Nobody's perfect in this world, right? So we can take it as an opportunity, and then you can release yourself and get rid of the war here. So my friend, if you are asked what is important enough to go to the war over, we don't have to care about the thing happening outside. Take care about the war here to make a peaceful world here. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye. Hello, good morning, my friend. Today the topic is, what can you do today that you were not capable of a year ago? When I think about this question, there is definitely one stuff I could not do a year ago. There is a new technique that I am recently learning it. So why last year I didn't have chance or capability to do that? Because I didn't have the knowledge, and I was like, Scott, this is a new area for you. Even though that you want to do something like this, but you're not capable to do that. So at the beginning of this year, I started learning the new techniques for this part, and I searched on the internet. There are huge amount of resources I can learn from. Luckily, I found that is a very useful and helpful tutorial that I can learn from. So now I can handle the task with this new technique. Woo! So it also reminded me, I think, just many years ago, I learned one important concept from my mentor, Mr. Guo, because he encouraged me to do up 3 every single day. Up 3 means that every day you need to do 3 things. Do the thing you never done before. Do the thing you dislike. Do the thing you are afraid of. I know that it's going to be a really challenging thing to most of the people, but we need to challenge ourselves, especially in our daily life. If we can do something new and do something that we don't want to do it before, and you can change yourself, and also you can have the breakthrough. Just like I mentioned that a year ago, I didn't want to touch that kind of a new technology because this is not my area. And I could imagine that the learning cost is pretty high. I still have the job I need to do every single day. But after that, I realized that I have to learn it. One point is that our company, our group really need a resource who can master this technique. And another part is when I learn something new and something interesting, and it will also make my life, especially my working life, more interesting and exciting. So why not? And then I decided to take almost 30 minutes or to 1 hour every single day to learn this new stuff with very high priority. And a couple of months ago, and I felt like that I gradually have the sense of this new technique. And now I can handle some very basic stuff for this new technique. So my friend, I know it's going to be a really hard thing for you to do something differently, very big thing. But you can do 3 things every single day. Up 3. Something you have never done before, something you dislike, and something you are afraid of. And then you can get up every single day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time, and I wish you have a nice week. See you. Hello, good morning, my friend. Today, the topic is, if you are the winner of Global Esports Championship, what would you say in the close speech? So, ladies and gentlemen, today is my big time in my whole life because I win the championship of this Global Esports. It means so much to me because too many years ago, I didn't have the confidence to get into this area, but my family members, they really support me. And at the beginning, I thought that this is just a game I really like. But after that, I noticed that I need to work hard and practice more. And in this industry, it's really competitive because we know that our competitors from other countries, in the United States, in European countries, especially in Korea, they're really good at doing this. But in China, we don't have much resources to support us. But we still want to chase our dream. We want to have the better position in the world rank. So today I make it. I really appreciate the people who really support me, especially my team members, my mentors. So as you can see that if we really want to achieve something and we really need to take time for that, we need to believe that we can make it. Especially for esports, most of the people, they don't have the sense about that. They think this is just a game playing. But after that, we need to practice again and again and again, especially for the very small operation, and we need to practice regularly. So we know that this is really hard, it's really challenging. But when I look back the life, I joined the very professional team for esports. I felt really excited about that because this is my passion. And I want to share my feeling about that is if you have dream, never stop. And we need to do something to make that happen. Even though most of the time that it is really hard, it is really crucial, but we still need to believe that and we need to take action. No matter if we can really achieve that or not, but the way of chasing our dream is really meaningful. So by the way, thanks again for all of your supports to me. Without your help, without your support, I won't get this opportunity to stay here, to share my appreciation, and I won't get this position in the championship. So, my team, my friends, thank you all. And we need to work hard together to achieve better level. Oh, that's it for this closing. Thank you so much for your watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Hello, good morning, my friend. And today you see that we're in a very special place, and I'm at the bottom of Lingyan Temple Mountain. So today I'm gonna challenge myself to deliver a speech publicly. You see that it's so crowded, a lot of people. So because you want to be the public speaker, you need to speak in public, right? So, all right, without further ado, today the topic is, hello. Today the topic is that, what's your opinion of the censorship in TV programs, especially for some reality TV shows? Well, I think this is a really good question because I really think that role model really matters because as you can see, we can see different kinds of TV shows and most of children, they think, oh, they're my role model. I really want to do something just like them, especially for some celebrities. So that's why I really think that some kind of progress need to restrict this kind of situation. The celebrity with some moral problem or issues, we don't want to allow them to show in the TV programs because the children, they will learn from them. That's right. And we don't want our children to be the person like them. So that's why role model really matters, especially for the very famous celebrities in the society. They will have a huge impact for them. So I really think, yeah, that's a really significant thing we need to consider at this point. On the other hand, I think being a role model, you don't have to be the celebrity or very popular person in this society. We can also do something as we could in the area that we can control. For example, if you are in your company and you can be a role model for your coworkers, you can work hard, be more responsible. Or if you are at home, you can also be a role model for your kids and also for your parents, right? And you can be more, let's say, careful for your family members and something like that. So being a role model is not the only thing which is for celebrities, but also we can do something like that. Okay, so that's why I really think role model matters. And for the TV programs or some TV reality shows, we really think that this kind of restrict regulation will prevent this kind of negative impact from our kids, right? So that's why role model matters. No matter who you are, no matter what kind of a position you hold in your area, be a role model, do something good, and then you will definitely give the impact to the people around you. So remember that role model matters, right? So today I'm gonna be the role model for my kid, and because we are going to climb the mountain. I know it's gonna be a really hard thing, but we wanna challenge that. And you know what? And another thing is really interesting is that my daughter will sell the toy around here and along the road. I think it's gonna be a really funny thing, a very fun thing. Well, so, and we should have a nice Saturday and enjoy a weekend with your family members. Remember that role model matters, being a role model in the area you're in. See you next time. Bye-bye, my friend. Hello, good morning, my friend. Today the topic is, do you have some secrets or talents or area of skills that people don't know? Well, today I'm going to share with you a secret, how to make your life happy and make you healthy. That is, don't rush, don't push, don't wish for too much. I learned this from Mr. Guo Wei. I like it so much because I think this is the wisdom we can adapt in our daily life. Nowadays, people are chasing something by using a very quick way. They want to get whatever they want in a very short period. They want to get more. They want to earn more money. And I think this is not the thing make you happy. So as you can see that currently the people who are living in the current society, they feel really nervous, frustrated, exhausted about a lot of things. If you ask yourself a question, are you happy? Well, what is your true answer? That's why we need to slow down. Don't push, don't rush, don't wish for too much. If we really work hard and the result comes out naturally. So I also reminded myself, hey Scott, you don't have to chase something, you don't have to expect too much about that. But if you are really hardworking, if you, let's say, take times and also you spend your effort on that, you will definitely get the result you expected. Be more patient to yourself. For example, every single day, I get up very early, I exercise a little bit, And I jogged for a while, and I also do some exercise like push-ups and also abs. So I have a target. This year, I would like to have the the let's say the obvious the packs in my abs, you know. So this is the target, but I don't expect to have it in a very short period because I know it really takes time. So that's why I really enjoy the exercise every single day, because after I finish that, I feel like really energetic. So this is the stuff I really want to keep doing. And another part is about speaking and English. That's why you can see that I'm doing here, practicing my English on a daily basis, because I really believe that don't rush, don't push, don't wish for too much. What we're going to do is to enjoy what we are doing, and then you will feel fulfilled for your life. So my friend, remember that if you want to be happy, don't rush, don't push, don't wish for too much. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye. Hello, good morning, my friend. Today the topic is share a time you lied. And what did you lie about? And what was the outcome? Honestly, I really don't want to answer this question because, I lie, honestly speaking, that, I'm going to share with you about something about this kind of situation. Just a couple of weeks ago, I received a phone call from my previous colleague. And at that time, and she just asked me, she said, "Hey, Scott, on what are you working? And which company you're working now?" And I said, "Well, it's just a normal company." "And what was your position? And a better salary?" "Yeah, just tell me something about the percentage, okay?" At that time, I felt like, I don't want to say something very low. I really want to make my colleague think, "Oh, Scott, you're really amazing." So I was like, currently my position is a leader, and I also have some team members, and my salary is satisfying. So I really like my job so far. And my colleague was, "Wow, that's really cool. And I really envy you." So at the time I said, I was really lucky because I think for this position, I got this opportunity. I think just because of the luck. After that phone call, I didn't feel very well because the reality is that I am not a leader. I'm just an employee in a company for development task. But I asked myself, "Hey, Scott, why did you lie?" And the answer came to me is that I want to make a good impression to my previous colleague and make her think, "Oh, Scott, you're really good." But it doesn't make any sense, right? So that's why I realized that I did a very meaningless thing. So I really like one sentence. That is, what others think about you is not important. What is important is that you like your true self. I know it's going to be a really hard thing for all of us because we all hope that to get the reputation and recognition from the people around us. But the most important thing is that we don't have to lie or exaggerate something, right, to them. The thing is that we need to focus on something that we're doing. And if we have some very good outcome, and this kind of reputation or recognition, you will receive naturally, rather than that you say something big, right? So telling a lie is not a good idea. So remember that. What others think about you is not important. What is important is you like your true self. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye. Hello, good morning, my friend. Today the topic is, was there a time that you've become obsessed with learning a new topic or set of skills? Yes, I definitely had this kind of time. When I was in college, that was 2008. I still remember that once upon a time I watched a video. That was a really cool thing because there was a singer who could use his mouth to imitate the sound of instruments. I was like, wow, this guy is really amazing. So I really want to learn what is this. And then I searched it on the internet, and luckily I found that this kind of skill called beatbox. I found an forum about beatbox, and unfortunately, there are very less resources for beatbox tutorial. So I only got one audio tutorial about how to make beatbox. But I still think this is really helpful for me. And then I try to listen to it anytime, anywhere, and try to understand how to use mouth to make that sound. That's really hard. Compared to dancing, you can watch and just mimic the movement of dancing. It's not that kind of challenging, but beatbox, you cannot just see what's happening in the teacher's mouth, right? You need to feel that and you need to try that and make that sound. I still remember one of the challenges, the sound is like the snare drum. So that was really, really hard. Even though that teacher mentioned, for some beginners, they give up because they cannot make the sound of snare drum. But I was like, okay, but I want to learn this. And I listened it over and over again. I practice it. And I felt that really passionate about that. I dreamed of one day that I can use beatbox to perform on the stage. And finally, I got that. And that's a really amazing thing. And I still remember that in the gala party of our newcomer gala party for the new students. And I was performing on the stage and using beatbox. And that was really incredible experience. And I was like, wow, I made that. So I'm going to show you just a little bit about this beatbox, just like this. And here we go. Yeah, that's it. It's so cool, right? So, yes, I really like one sentence that is, if you're not willing to learn, no one can help you. But if you are determined to learn, no one can stop you. So, what kind of stuff you want to learn? Try that. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.